Welcome, folks. MACTFORDEDGE Facebook group and, of course, YouTube subscribers. Boy, trying to get through this virus or whatever it is has been tough. Not doing so good. Just doing enough to drag my carcass out of bed this morning. But anyway, my feet hit the floor, so I'm good to go, I guess. But anyway, I just wanted to go and welcome everybody, our new members on MACTFORDEDGE. Anyway, I got some new members here on MACTFORDEDGE, and we have a Denise Patterson, Sandra Morgan, Dan Stout, Mark D'Antonio, Deanna Gilman, Mike Orr, D'Antoine Parks, Kevin Vandenbush, Mohammed Maseb, Steve Costra, Kelly Knack, Vince Romero, I'm trying to read all these, Andres Villick, and Todd Vatos, Andrew Edgeford. Yeah, he's an imposter, folks. Don't trust him. Eric Hart, Billy Siebert, and J.C. Townsend, Gary Martin, and, of course, Karina and Eli. We have all of them that have been added or joined the group, and I want to welcome every one of you to the group. And we had a lot of things going on here this week. I had to make a list on here. We had, let's see, what was it? PTU lab tests that were done on one PTU that was a while back. And one thing I found I put out a call. If you guys change your PTU fluid, if you can, and it's only like 28 bucks, do a oil sampling on it. This will help everybody determine at what miles do we change the PTU fluid. This can only help the group to determine what type you used and when is the best time to change it based on that type of fluid. And also, are there additives that also help this situation? But one member is drilling holes in his PTU to make sure he has a drain plug. PCV, there's a lot of differences in the PCVs. We had a discussion on that. Just keep in mind that the 2007, for a certain number of months, if not the whole year, they put a heated PCV on. It has a wire attached to it. A little more difficult to remove and to replace. But then they went to the non-heated one, 2008 on through 2010. And even on through the other models, they're not heated. But one thing you need to keep in mind is they're just a rubber hose with a PCV for the 2008 through 10, which is really easy to replace. But the plastic tube is heat shrinked over the PCV valve, and it has to be bought as assembly. And Ford has that for like $9 or something. You can buy it. I just spray it out with throttle body cleaner and shake it and put it back in. But y'all can do what you want to do, and if it's really bad, you might want to replace it. So plan ahead, as they say. Let's see. Cell phones mounted on the vents. Folks are buying those and putting on there. Just keep in mind, anytime you have an accident, make sure your cell phone is secured, because once you get done crashing, your cell phone is going to be somewhere that you won't even find it. I know for a fact that that's what happens. It took me 30 minutes to find my cell phone a long time ago when I had an accident, and it goes everywhere. You don't know where it's going to end up. But vehicle inspections, Miss Orisha Lowe, she had to go through a vehicle inspection, and I do not envy any of you that have to go through a vehicle inspection, although I do understand why they do it. But I can only assume that it is a royal pain in the behind, and it costs a lot of money, especially if you don't maintain your edge to their standards. Other things is let's see, one of our members is no longer a Ford Edge owner, but he is a Honda owner, and I wish him all the best of luck. And just keep in mind, we all do what we got to do. When we find the right fit for us, we go with it. And I am an owner of multiple brands of vehicles in my past history, so I hold nothing against it. And I do wish he stays with us, because he's a good commentator, and I do like that. We have Chris Babchak. He's getting ready for race day. He has his SCT X4 plugged in, and he's just waiting for Roger Armstrong to come up to his location so they can race, and then Roger has to give him his pink slip because Roger forgot to fill his nitrous tank. and lost the race. I don't know, maybe some scenario like that. But anyway, if you got a SCT X4, of course, Chris, he would definitely love to communicate with you on this. Again, Gary Martin installing that PTU plug, and wish him all the best on that. And of course, too late for that sample. I asked him; he already had it done. Joey Timzak, he's going to be replacing the LCAs. All I can say is, folks, watch my video on that, and when you go to replace those LCAs, learn from my experience. Buy the new bolts, okay? I know you want to reuse the old ones, but trust me, when they get rusty and nasty, it's nothing worse than working with old bolts. So buy new bolts. It's like 6 of them you got to buy, and you'll be thankful for it. And then, of course, there's a few other little things you need to do when you're doing that, but just keep in mind alignment is required afterwards. And, of course, you got to torque those bolts while the vehicle's on the ground or under load somehow. So it requires a special type of lift in order to actually do it if you want to do it up high. It's got to be a drive-on lift. But you can do it then by raising it, and that will work. Now, as far as, let's see, snow tires. There's lots of snow tires out there. Some folks, check your ratings on your snow tires. Right now, the Michelin Ice X is just above the Blizzak, and the Blizzak, they tie at certain types of things. So right now, that's what I see. I know they have those Nokias and all this other stuff that are out there that are snow tires. But again, the Michelin and the Blizzaks are basically, what can you say, the most consumer user available, okay? The other ones that I mentioned, of course, will be a premium price. And, of course, cost versus traction. The Michelins and the Blizzaks seem to be in that real good sweet spot there. So go ahead and get snow tires on if you're in a snowy area. TSS and OSS sensors, as with all things, Eric did it himself, and I give him an A for effort, but unfortunately, these Ford Edge 6F50 transmissions can be a mama bear at times. If you do not get the bolts, literally the bolts in the right position that you took them out of, they have the separator plates. If there's a little bit of nastiness with those, check balls, everything that's going wrong, it could go wrong. It just takes one little thing to make your pressure plates not work. Okay, the separator plates, the pressures aren't right. Boom, it throws everything off. So this is a job where, you do it, you're going to have to be what we call meticulous. And that also means that you should probably have the libations of various drinks after you finish the job. Need to have your wits about you on this case. But I do wish him the best luck, and I hope he posts what the results are after he has got it figured out, because I'm really curious what the problem was. Keypads. I'm going to do a video on keypads and where the actual darn little code is, and give you a few pointers on those, because I can set it through your, change your code and all this other stuff. I will also put a word of warning out. If you do have a significant other or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it may be, if you give them the factory key code and they know what it is and it's your car, guess what? You can't change that. That means they can get into your car. They can't start it, but they can get in and wreak havoc on you. So, guard that manufacturer key code like you would anything that you want to make sure that you want to keep, okay? Again, they can't drive off with it, but they darn sure can get in, and there's nothing you can do about it. So if you want them to only have a code that you can change, you will have to make that change in that code yourself. Yes. And, of course, Kevin Hamilton, he's having disappearing power steering fluid. Yes, he puts power steering fluid in his Edge, and it magically disappears. Well, maybe not. I think there's a leak. But anyway, it's a slow leak, and it is happening. So I think he's trying to trace down the leak. He has not let us know what he has discovered yet. So, Kevin, I'm waiting for your answer on the Facebook group. Let's see. Victor, buddy, you know what? When you posted that Lincoln MKX video, I think every time I watch it, I end up on the floor. I can't breathe. I'm laughing so hard. That guy is a riot. I mean, I'm sure he believes in what he's doing and everything else. We don't want to make fun of him, but oh my gosh, how can you not laugh at this? I know I'll probably go to hell, but anyway, it was. I love the video, okay? I watch it over and over again, and I just keep laughing. Anyway, for this great event here, 48 years ago, the Grand Moon, as they say, the super moon, came out, and it's going to be another 48 years. Yours truly will not be there for the next one. We can pretty much assure that. But as with all things, I did get some pictures of it, got some with my Edge, and tried to get everybody else to do that. And, of course, we worked forward trying to get some good pictures of that going on and everything else. But as with all things, we have helped a lot of folks this week, and I wanted to keep this really short. But I did wake up this morning, and both my feet hit the floor, as I said earlier, and I'm happy for it. And, of course, I do want to make sure that you all go up onto the Facebook and YouTube and everything else and join the Facebook group. You know what? I would really, really like to see this group, yeah, it's probably too much to ask. There's only a month and a half to go, but man, 1,000 people to join would be great. So pass it along to your friends, neighbors, relatives, enemies, whoever. See if we can't get this group number to start growing a little bit. The YouTube channel is doing fantastic. Subscribers are going like mad, and of course the number of minutes and everything viewed is just going astronomical. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to MACTFORDEDGE on YouTube, please do so. And with that being said, as with all things, again, Mercy Girl's going to throw a couple one-liners at you, and then of course a little bit of music, and I'll try to toss a few pictures up here to end it all out. But that is it for this week. Enjoy your Thanksgiving if you participate in Thanksgiving wherever you are at. And, of course, whatever you do, have a great week, and I'll see you the next weekend. This is Mac T. I'm out.